Good morning, guys. Just getting ready and getting things set up here for the trading day. It's 9:21 a.m., 9 minutes till opening bell. As you guys can see down below, some of the price targets are getting released. Some of the upgrades, downgrades are already coming out. So keep an eye on the news feed at the bottom. We're going to look for some day trade setups today. As you can see in the NVIDIA chart to the left here, we've been holding the 1020 SMA. We're going to watch for that as we have the 180, 180, 250 vertical call spread for the October 18th monthly expo. Going to keep an eye on that. And we'll see if there's any other day trades we could enter today. I'm going to put the microphone on mute here. If you guys need anything, just contact me in the trade room. santorelliexchange.com, live trade room. I'm in there. Good morning, guys. I'm seeing the messages in the trade room at thesantorelliexchange.com. If you guys that are with us live on YouTube have any questions, feel free to comment and message us in the live chat there. Opening bell coming up here, guys. We're going to keep an eye on diamond, Qs, upgrades, downgrades, and we have a lot of trades we need to manage. And here we go. Off to the races, guys. Let's go on a today chart. I have the other screens up as well over here to the right, to the left, and up above here. So we're watching Ulta, Qualcomm, Google, Amazon, Nvidia, Diamond, Qs. Facebook and Square as well here. Let me put that one up above. We're up $1,700 to start the day. Not a bad start to the day. Here is what we are up to start the day here, $1,670. As you can see above here, this is Amazon. And then we have gold and Nvidia along with Square at the bottom here. So what we're going to do is we're going to give it about 15 minutes. 9:45 is usually when I like to start day trading. And then we're going to look for some day trade setups here. Also gives the market some time to adjust to the news that happened overnight. And then also, guys, make sure this is a live news feed from Benzinga. Make sure you keep an eye on this. This is really important. You get all the upgrades, downgrades, unusual option activity, call sweeps, put sweeps. You'll see any upgrades, downgrades, price changes. Really important. And, of course, any breaking news that will come across here. Really important as a trader to watch for that breaking news. You're going to hear it here before you hear it on the news anywhere. This is where the mainstream media gets their news from. Now, NVIDIA, guys, we have the 180, 182.50 vertical call spread for the NVIDIA October 18th monthly expo. So as long as NVIDIA is above 182.50 by next Friday, that's going to have max profits for us, and that's going to be a large return. It's still breaking higher. It just broke resistance for the day, broke new day's high, and we're just going to continue to watch here. Give it, like I said, the first 15 minutes. All right, Zamboni says, check out FireEye. Let's take a look at that quick. Not a bad setup there. I'd be waiting for that 1020 cross to come up. Not too bad. I don't like how it's heading lower here throughout the day from opening bell. Not bad. Right at resistance, though. it could break that 1470, I think it could have a nice run.
U.S. Ambassador to Ankara has been summoned to the Foreign Ministry to be briefed on Turkish operation into northeast Syria.
Yeah, 2015. This is when we were trading FireEye. I still remember trading it on the upside here. It had a huge, it must have been in 2014, 2015. It had a huge earnings beat, and it was going up. It was above 40, I'd say, and made a call on that. It was a small contract, but I think it was like 10 contracts, but it made a huge profit overnight after that earnings came out. But that's how long it's been since I traded FireEye. Quite some time. Not a fan of it now too much. American Airlines Group, November 15, 26 call sweep. 937 at $1.95. That's a $183,000 trade on American Airlines. Guys, pulling back to the 10 here. This is why we wait for that first 15 minutes. If we jumped in and got all hyped up and all excited about that opening pop there, we would have jumped in and we would have seen a pullback since entering. So that's why patience and discipline are so very important when trading. Now what we're going to watch for is if it gets a successful bounce off the 10 SMA here and starts to head higher, or if it fails and continues lower here. Qs are still holding below the 10, 20, and 50 on the daily chart. And as you can see, we're going down the watch list right now. As you can see, everything's coming down to that 10. And then we're seeing if we get a bounce here. But just about everything's coming down to that 10 SMA from opening bell. Sorry if I'm still a little stuffy. Still got something going on. Cisco's getting a nice pop here. I like seeing that. It's going against the norm. Let's take a look at the 6-month daily. Held support at 46, base support. Possibly get back up to 48. Diamond over here, we're watching, coming down to the 10. Keep an eye on that. Nice quick possible hook pattern on Delta, and probably be looking right around 55 to 56 as target. Diamond's getting a nice pop here right off the 10 SMA, just like we talked about before it started pulling back here. You guys remember, if you rewind right around here, I said we're pulling back. We're going to watch if we come back to the 10 SMA, hold it, and start to climb again. We're doing just that. And this is following our trade plan, guys. And the more you know about the trade plan, the easier you can make trades based off of it. Chung, I'm not a big Roku trader, but there are some traders in the trade room at the SantaRellyExchange.com that trade Roku all the time. Bob is one of them.
European Parliament heads as solely now says not much progress appears to have been made in the EU-UK Brexit talks.
Was that a little bit lighter this time when you heard Benzing in the background? I've read them, Bob. That's great. All right, so let me just pull that down a little bit more then. There we go.
Sassoli goes on to say that an orderly Brexit with divorce agreement by far is the best outcome, and that the EU Parliament will not accept an agreement at any cost.
How about that, guys? Does that sound a little bit better? A little bit lower?
Says that they will not accept anything undermining the Good Friday Agreement or single market.
Great. See, you guys communicate. We get somewhere. That's great to hear. NVIDIA put sweep. October 18th, 175 strike. I love when you guys communicate. It gets us much further than me just wondering and guessing what's on your mind.
We are showing Levi
and Gage,
Strauss,
just turn up your volume a bit then.
Almost 9% here in early trade. LEVI. Sassoli goes on to say there are only two alternatives to Brexit deal now. That's extension or no deal.
Very important we watch NVIDIA. Nice job today, still climbing, 181.25. Halfway there to max gains. And we have until October 18th to get there.
Sassoli now says that requesting an extension is the prerogative of the United Kingdom. Sassoli says a no deal would have a negative consequences for both sides, but particularly for the UK.
I hope that this is recording this time. Guys, nice breakout NVIDIA. New highs of the day here. Really nice climb. Everything's popping here. Love to hear more about that trade deal. Amazon at 1720.88, holding above that 10 SMA. Guys, can you hear me fine? If you can, please comment in the trade room. Just want to make sure everyone can hear fine and follow along. All right, let me adjust my microphone then. I'll put the microphone right over
Slack
here.
Technologies, ticker work, WORK, now down almost 3% here. WORK.
There we go. Is that a little bit better, guys? I put the microphone directly in front of me instead of on the side. That might be a little bit too loud now, though. No problem, guys. Communication's key. Great. Alrighty, guys. Well, we could make some day trades here. We do have some day trade opportunities. It's now 9:46. I told you guys we wait until about 9:45 before making some day trades, unless we're having a really big breakout or breakdown. I'll jump in a little bit earlier. But usually I wait until 9:45. It's 9:46 a.m. right now. And as you guys can see, if you guys don't know our trade plan, then you're going to have no idea what I'm talking about. So you could go back to our YouTube channel, and we have our trade plan on there. That's in detail and really great. You guys could go check that out, watch that, and come back, and you'll understand what we're talking about. But our trade plan uses the SMA, simple moving averages, along with confirmations from MACD. We also could use Bollinger Band. We could use so many different things, but we need at least 2 different confirmations. And with our trade plan, what I use is the MACD, and I'll use support, resistance, and I'll use the 10, 20, and 50 SMAs here. So the yellow is the 10 SMA, blue is the 20, and 50 is the red. So as you guys can see right now, before when we were talking about Diamond here, when it first opened up at 9:30, we were talking about it pulling back to the 10 SMA. And I was talking about that right on these 2 candles right here. I said, let's see if we get down to the 10 SMA and then break higher. We came down to the 10, we held it. Now, if we didn't hold, what would happen would be we'd have a red candle here, another red candle as confirmation, and then you would see the 10 starting to cross below the blue 20 SMA. But that didn't happen. It did just as we said. We got to bounce off the 10, climbed, we made new highs, we pulled back, and now we're breaking out again.
3.58% here.
So we could technically make a day trade here. Candles are pretty small, not much news going on yet. I'm not expecting too much more of a move today unless we get some news. And
President Trump now tweeting says the Fed does not have a clue and that the United States is doing great despite the Fed.
Trump just tweeting about the Fed, saying the Fed has no clue, they're very stupid, and that they have no idea what they're doing. So he is going on his tweet rampage now, and as you guys can see, a lot of his tweets will affect the market. Okay, so you just got to keep that in mind. You got to keep your ears. That's nothing that I expect to move the market there, but got to listen to his tweets, what he's talking about, as well as the live news wire down here. So down here, we're going to have the upgrades, downgrades. We could see anything that's going on over the world. And this is a very expensive platform. Benzinga gave it to me to use here. And it's really great. It's just like Bloomberg. Bloomberg's around $30,000 a year. And this is, I think around $200 a month. It's included with our service. And if you want to check it out, you could just join us live each day, or you could go to Benzinga and check that out. But we're going to get our upgrades, downgrades, and any live news that's happening around the world before it's on the mainstream media. And that's really important, because if they come up here and say, hey, there's a drug that just passed FDA approval, we could jump in. If they say Merck just approved a drug, the FDA just approved a drug for Merck, we take a look at it, and then you're going to start to see the candles breaking out. You're going to start to see huge green candles, and then that's going to be our entry on an event type of trade. So we have the event trades, and then we have a couple types of strategies that we trade, a couple chart patterns. And if you guys know what those chart patterns are and how we use them, then you could follow along really easily. And it's as simple as going back to our YouTube channel and just watching them. I can make a list of the top 4 for you guys to watch if you're interested, to get a better understanding of the trade plan and how we do things. So right now I'm going to go down our watch list. I have it on a 1 minute to day chart here over to the left. Usually to the right I'll have a 6-month daily. But I want to find a day trade here, so I'm going to go down this watch list. And a lot of people think too that you need a $25,000 pattern day trader account to trade. And that's not true. You could day trade a $2,000 account, a $500 account, as long as it's a cash non-marginable account. So there's ways around things. So we're going to take a look at the 1 minute to day chart, go through these. And guys, it's really important, the patience of waiting for those right trade setups. We'll take a look at the 1 minute to day chart, and then we'll switch it to the 6-month daily and see if there's any swing trade setups as well. And then we're going to be watching down below for any type of breaking news that we can make a day trade on. And we'll do this till about 11 each day, 9:30 to 11. And then the afternoon we save for our swing trade setups.
JRVR down 23% here. The company this morning canceled insurance policies issued to its largest customer, JRVR.
Now what you're going to watch on Diamond, notice that we just had the first candles below the 1020 SMA. So what we're going to be looking for now is the support right at 263.04. If we break below that 263.04 support, then there's a good chance we might pull back to 262.75, which could be a great quick day trade setup for, a 15-minute top day trade. We can see the markets are pulling back a little bit now. Diamond just crossed below that support area on today 1 minute chart. And now I'm expecting us to pull back even further down to this red 50 SMA if we don't hold that support. And guys, what I want you guys to understand is there's noise throughout the day, and then there's the trade events. There's the actual catalysts that are going to make us make those trades. And when we see those catalysts, I'm going to bring it up to you guys. Other than that, it's going to be pretty quiet, and we're just going to be checking out charts, looking at upgrades, downgrades. We could go over unusual options activity. But as far as trading, we want that catalyst. Levi, Bank of America maintains buy on Levi Strauss, raises price target to $22 a share. So we could take a look now at Levi. There's one of the upgrades that just came out throughout the day from Bank of America on Levi. Now here's the 1020 cross coming up on Levi, which is a really nice sign. This could be a good day trade setup here. If you hold that, you got your confirmation candle, but right now it's coming up to that 20 and failing so far. So keep an eye on the general market. You know, the trend is your friend. You got to take a look at diamonds and the Qs. And let's take a look at the 6-month daily on Levi now, see if there's anything here. Huge drop coming up now. Let's take a look. Bank of America maintains buy on Levi Strauss. I wouldn't go anywhere near it now looking at that chart. I mean, it's a good day trade setup. Quite volatile, but as far as $22 a share target, that's a good resistance area, but it's not going to get there anytime soon, in my opinion. Let's take a look down here. Volcan Materials option alert. October 18th, 150 call sweep. Let me take a look at VMC. Domino's Pizza DPZ yesterday was getting a nice pop. We were going over that a little bit. Well, that broke all the way up to 258. We were talking about that at around 239, 238 yesterday when it first came out down here, and that got a hell of a pop there. If you jumped into some of those calls, we were looking at the option chain, thinking about getting them, but we stayed away. Netflix, Manes Crespi Hart maintains buy on Netflix, lowers price target to 340. So they're lowering their price target. Economy's getting a little softer here. Now guys, this is what's really cool about Netflix. You see it's in breakdown momentum, right? We've been using that 20 SMA as resistance. It's coming up to resistance and it's failing, heading lower. It just recently did the same thing here. And as you guys can see...
3 minutes now to Jolts. That's the job openings numbers. We're expecting once again a reading of 7.191 million. Wholesale inventories month over month. We're expecting a reading there of 0.4%.
I want to make sure you guys are hearing that going on. I want to get through these quick. So Netflix here, I see that heading much lower. 252 support. So another 12-point possible drop coming up here. That's something that I'd look at the October 18th monthly expo for. So take a look at this. They're maintaining a buy on it, but they're lowering their price target. It's in breakdown momentum. It's at the lows of the day today. So if it were me, I'm not jumping in this trade, but if I were buying this trade, I'd be looking at the 265 strike puts. They're going for theoretically 1462, 1457 a contract. Boeing, Bank of America maintains neutral on Boeing, lowers price target to $4.15 a share. It's amazing how they're lowering their price target on a stock that's not even half. It is half that, but they lower their price target to $4.15. What was their price target before? They know the issues going on with Boeing. I wouldn't go near that yet, not until it broke. It broke 398. I'd look to enter, but it's trading sideways, as you guys can see this entire time. It's pretty flat. So this is how we just go about looking at what's going on in the news feed, seeing if there's any good trade setups. Let's take a look here. Netflix lowers price target to 265. So you're seeing all these lower price targets coming in for Netflix. Take a look here. 9:55 with 27 seconds a.m. Netflix. Manes Crispy Hart maintains buy on Netflix, but they lower their price target to 340. And then what happens 2 minutes later?
Now to Jolt's numbers. Once again, we're expecting
2 minutes later, Rosenblatt maintains neutral on Netflix, lowers price target to 265. And as you guys can see, Netflix chart here, if we're looking at the 6-month daily, we're in breakdown momentum, and it's near the lows of the day today. If we take a look at the today 1 minute chart, As you guys can see, it's getting up to that 20, failing, heading lower. Up to that 10 right now. Might even come a little bit higher, coming up to that 20 before heading lower. That's breakdown momentum, and that's what we're watching for puts or shorting shares, shorting the market. Still though, once I see that get up to that resistance, fail, and then we have that red confirmation candle, I would look for entry then. And what else you can do, if those regular puts are too expensive for you, you could look at something like a put spread. And this is a great way, buy to open, sell to open, make some quick profits, and need a very minimal move in the stock price, in the underlying stock price. So right now you can see it's at $265 a share, right? What if I told you guys that we picked up the 267.50, 265 vertical put spread for October 18th? Midpoint right now is $1.35 to $1.40. Let's use the higher target here. Let's go up to $1.45 even, we could say. So if it costs $1.45, you have to multiply that by 100 since there's 100 shares in a contract. So that's going to cost you, let's say, $145 a contract. So if you got 10 contracts, it's going to cost you $1,450. All right, now here's the nice thing. As long as Netflix is below 265, you're going to make max gain. Max gain is the difference between the two strikes here. So the difference between 265 and 267.50 is $2.50. So if it could be worth $2.50 and you bought it for $1.45,
inventory is month over month coming in at
2.5, divide that by 1.45, that's a max net return of 72.41%. So you're making a 72% return, and this stock right now only has to drop 97 cents from now until October 18th. And it's cheaper too, it's only $1.35. So 2.5, divide that by 1.35, that's an 85.12% return. Or I'm sorry, 85.19% return. Really nice setup there. Now, what I'm watching for with Netflix over to the left here, notice how it's getting up to that blue 20 SMA and then failing. So I'm going to watch for that now, see if it fails. If it doesn't fail, what you're going to see is a green candle and then a full green candle body above that is confirmation. But as you can see, it's getting up to that 20 SMA, the blue line like it did before, and it's failing right now. So you just got to keep an eye on that. It's just that important, guys. You know, you have the trade plan, you know what to watch for, and then you're just watching for those events to transpire. So right now it's failing. Now if it has another red candle here, that's a confirmation that we're in the next breakdown cycle phase and leg lower. I have a profit of $300 right now for the day, unrealized, and that's mostly with NVIDIA, Square, and Amazon, along with the short gold. The short gold legs up a little bit higher today than the long call. So that's a nice way to take advantage of something where it only cost $135 and you know you only need the stock 47 cents lower, 52 cents lower than where it's at right now for that max gain. So like I said, if you're paying $1.40 for it, $140 max could be worth is $250. So you're paying $140, and as long as it's below $265, it's going to be worth $250. So you're making $110 per contract as long as Netflix is below $265 on Expo Day. And this is just things I'm going over with you guys here as we're waiting for a trade setup. If you guys have anything you want me to go over, teach along the way while we're waiting for these trade setups, just feel free to ask in the live trade room. I don't know if you guys like when I just wait for a trade setup or if you like me talking and going through some setups and going through a little bit of education here along the way, or if you just rather me click mute on the mic and we could just wait for the trade. When we find it, I could unmute it and say, okay guys, here's our catalyst, here's the trade, let's make something happen here. So it's up to you guys what you prefer. If you want me to talk throughout the time here, just wait for that trade setup. Just let me know.
EU's Junker now says, I call on Turkey to act with restraint and to stop the operation in Syria.
Thank you, Ann Gay. That means a lot to me. You said, no, Dave, I love your style of education. You're a great instructor. Thank you. That means a lot. Sometimes I get a little crazy here thinking, is anyone listening on the other end? Because everyone's so quiet.
Involves the creation of a so-called safe zone, don't expect the EU to pay for any of it.
Alrighty, let's continue down the watch list while we're waiting here. Guys, it's very important. You have to be aware of your surroundings. First off, like I said, you're watching the charts here. I'm always watching the diamond. I'm watching the Qs right next to it here as well. Q is usually what I look at when I want to trade tech. Qs and BDM, breakdown momentum. I'm looking at the 6-month daily, though. Let me change it to the 1 minute. 1 minute, Qs are starting to break out a bit. It looks exactly like diamond right now. Let's take a look, actually. QQQ. As you guys can see, they're trading. I mean, they're pretty similar charts, wouldn't you say? But this is the Qs, this is the diamond ETF. Finally getting another break here. Guys, this could be a good day trade setup. If there's some news or something going on down here that I see that's a little bit bullish, we could jump in and buy something.
We are seeing a call sweep here on Tyson Foods, TSN.
Tyson Food, he's just saying a call sweep. So let's take a look at TSN quick. Wow, that's a big... It was just an anomaly with E-Trade there. Coming right down to the 10, still breaking out. This guy's up 3% today, TSN 82.78. Let's take a look at the 6-month daily. Guys, this is actually really nice here because it came right down to support. Let me see if I could get something going on here. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm gonna do something really neat here. It's gonna help me draw on the screen and teach you guys something here. So let me turn on my commercial TV. I just bought this commercial TV for $6,000 for classes, and I really don't even use it much. Thank you, Ann Gay. That's really great. What did you teach? What did you instruct? That's great. All right, let's see. Let me put this TV on here. That's my CrossFit trainer asking me where the heck I've been. I gained all my weight back. All right, decast receiver. All right, let me plug in the passcode here. 15G2H1. What's cool about this program, guys, I could actually enable this where you could download the app on your phone and I give you guys a pin and you'll see exactly what's on my screen and you guys could draw on it, write notes, we could look at it later. Like, there's the technology on this is so amazing. That's the main reason why it's $6,000. Okay, so let's watch now. Let me see if I could do this quick. I think if I pull up WebEx, I can do some really neat things, but let me see here. See, if I do this now, it's going to stop the time. You know, which is fine. Alrighty, so what I wanted to go over here, look at that $80 support area. I don't think you guys seen it, did you? No, it's not coming up on there. So let me pull up WebEx. Make this a little simpler. I don't know if guys, if this does some weird type of sound on YouTube, just let me know. Alrighty, so this is what I wanted to use this for. Watch how neat this is now. First off, let me change. Yeah, we'll keep it. So $80 a share right here, right? Look at, first off, this is a 6-month. You guys are going to have problems hearing me because the microphone's way over here. Could you guys still hear me when I go over there and draw or not? Let me try to pull it over a little bit more. Alrighty, guys, so what I want to go over here, look at how 80's been acting as a really nice support level going all the way back here. So as you guys can see, we came down to 80, and now what you see is they are buying up the Tyson October 18th 84 call sweep. So as you guys can see, it's moving on us there, so let me get this back. I'm going to have to stop that for a second there and pull this back up. Here we go. So as you guys can see here, 80's been acting as a really great support area. And it's been acting as great support on a 6-month daily chart. So as long as we're on a 6-month daily, because you could change this to a minute chart and it's going to change everything. So make sure you're looking at least a daily. And I don't care if it's a 3-month or a 6-month daily, as long as it's a daily chart, that's fine. We could see support at $80. What's nice now, guys, we've seen the news come in right here down below, TSN call sweep. Okay? This is what's really important. Now, let's bring up. So we have the TSN Tyson Food October 18th 84 call sweep. So they need it right around here, $84 plus what they paid. What did they pay? $1.05. So that means their break even, their BE, let's abbreviate it, is 84 plus $1.05. So 85.05 is the break even. Add another $1.05 to that, and that's our 100% return. So at 86.10, this trade makes a 100% return. So that's why they're picking up this Tyson October 18th 84 call sweep. If they pick up the 84 strike for $1.05, 85.05 is their break even, and they're going to make a 100% return on this trade at 86.10. So at 86.10, they're making a 100% return. And look at this. Where's our next resistance area? Because remember what I told you guys. On every chart you guys check out and analyze, first thing you should do is decide what cycle and phase is it in with our trade plan. Is it in breakout momentum, breakdown momentum, or is it in the no trade zone, NTZ? So either you're in the BOM, BDM, or the NTZ cycle. Okay? And as you guys can see here, this is in breakdown momentum. But it's at support, and they're buying the 84 calls. So like I said, we could analyze this, look at the next resistance area. Next resistance I see, oh, I must have hit a button there that got rid of all that. Next resistance I see is right around $87. So $87.50. So if they're picking up that 84 call, this is what you could do. You could have, this is our support. Here is our resistance. I'm sorry if you can't see that well. So that's our resistance support. They're buying the 84 calls for October 18th, which is plenty of time away, 9 days away still. So you could make this trade if you wanted to, and what you do is first I want them to see where they're getting that 84 call sweep from. It's coming right from the live news wire there. So they're picking up the 84 calls. Like I said, if you picked up this trade, this is your stop. Your stop is $80. So if it has one candle below 80 a share, you're out. But we can even take it a step further and have a tighter stop to reduce the loss and reduce the risk. And what we're going to do there, this is again with our trade plan. Let's get rid of this so we can see a little bit here. So what I'm looking for, then let me get the pencil tool. Let me change that to red. So what I'd be looking for then is right here, exactly. Right there. I would be looking at, that's probably what, $81 a share? So right here where I have it circled in red, you see this candle. That candle right there is really important to me. That's the previous body candle. That's the previous candle's body. And I'm using that as my stop if I'm doing a breakout. So I'm not buying Tyson. I'm just going over this trade with you guys. I don't trade Tyson Foods. But I can see why they're making this trade, and it's not a bad trade setup. Because why? Because we have our risk, we have our reward, we have our stop, and we have our target. You have target resistance right around 87.50. And like I said, with these calls, if you're paying 84 plus $1.05 at 85.05 is your break even, and then at 86.10 you have 100% return. If it actually got up to that 87.50, you're looking at a 250, 300% return. I don't think that's going to happen from now until October 18th, not with the current market conditions. But like I said, it's important to understand why traders are doing what they're doing, and we can see what's going on and if there's anything that excites us and makes us want to enter into that trade. So again, that's one trade that you could make if you wanted to make. It's got very defined risk to reward ratios, and your clear stops and targets are there as well. Sorry, I'm trying to move these wires here. Tried to move that microphone while I was on the TV drawing there. Guys, if those types of drawings and stuff help throughout the day, just let me know, because I'm glad to do those all day long. I love going over chart setups, and we could also pull up the option chain on here, draw up some things on there, and we could go over some trades live as well. So just let me know what you guys like, and I'd be glad to accommodate. Costco breaking out, Colin says. Let's take a look at Costco. COST. Now, here's a nice setup on Costco. Who brought this up? Colin Johnson. Dark PG3D. You said, I'm new to stock trading. Any tips? I'd be glad to help you. I go over things live throughout the day, and then if you want some extra help after market hours, I'm glad to help you after market hours. But during the trade day, I like to focus on trading. There's other people out there that just educate all day, but we're traders here at TSC, and our main goal is to find some trade setups. Glad to help you after market hours. Just shoot me a message, and I'll be glad to help you. Now, I want to go over this because this Costco, not looking too bad. Guys, I'm still sick, so still a little stuffy. But let's go over something like a call spread for the October 18th Expo on Costco. Because this is something that's not too bad of an idea. So let's use the 290. 290, 250, that might be too deep in the money. $1.75 to be worth 250. Let's see. 2.5, divide that by 1.75. So with this trade, you're having a max net gain of 42.85%. I like that. That's nice. Let's see, 290, 250, 295. That's $1.55. So 2.5 divided by 1.55. So 61.29% max net gain on that trade. So I'd much rather go with the 290, 290, 250. Fully in the money, deeper in the money. Vertical bull call spread for $1.75. So let's go over this now. This is something that's another really nice setup here that we could go over. I have the option chain here, and this is something we might make a trade on. So let's take a look. First off as well, it's important as a trader you're knowing everything about this company before you're trading. So I'm pulling up the calendar here as well. Let's put in Costco. Let's see when the next earnings. So they already had earnings October 3rd. And as you could see, after October 3rd, she had a nice climb Must have had a nice earnings beat because the stock continued to climb. I don't watch Costco earnings that often, so I don't know what their numbers were, but had a nice climb, continuing to climb. Nothing coming up from now until October 18th when we would be making this trade. So as you guys can see right here, the October 18th expiration is what we're looking at. Here's October 18th. Nothing going on from now until that. If there was, we'd have to be prepared and watch, because you could have dividends coming up. You could have earnings coming up, and any one of these things here could really drastically change the type of trade you need to make. So now, guys, this is still breaking out here. This is a nice setup. This is something we'd have to enter into pretty quickly. Let me go over this quick. I just want to go over this setup quick here because I want you guys to realize how easy it is to make a quick return like this. So first off, guys, let's go over this. All right, so if you picked up the 290, 290, 250 call spread for October 18th on Costco, 10 contracts, buy to open, sell to open, midpoint $1.80. Okay? So the max this could be worth is the difference between these two, right? So the difference between 290 and 290, 250 is 2.50, right? So now 250, divide that by, I don't know what's going on here. 250, 2.5, divide that by 1.8, 2.5, divide that by 1.8. That means this trade's going to give you a max net gain. Let me put it right here next to it. A max net gain of 38.89. Guys, so this is what's important. You already know if you enter into this trade, your max gain on this is 39%. But the nice thing about this, you only need the stock above 290, 250 to make that max gain. Right now, the stock is at 296.38. So this stock could drop by $4 and you'd still make max net gains. So this is a nice trade setup where you're buying a deeper in the money vertical bull call spread, and you only need the stock above 290, 250 by October 18th Expo. So on October 18th, as long as it's above 290, 250, you're going to have a 38.89% return, which isn't bad at all. All right, so that's how that works. And then we could look at 300 here as next resistance. And then support is simply going to be, we could have a tight stop here. So here's your stop. Your resistance is also known as our target number 1. So if we have a target at 300, that means we could also pick up some calls if we wanted to. But if we look here, the 295 strike call for October 18th, that's going for $5.03. So $5.03 plus 295, that means 300 point, what was it at? It's at 5 now. So 300 exactly is our break even. And then at 305, we have 100% return. So we could do that. We could pick up the 290, 290, 250 vertical spread. And this is a very low risk, pretty decent reward trade there. Still a 39% return. Or like I said, we could just pick up some regular calls if we wanted to as well. But that's a nice setup, Colin. You brought that up, and I like that. Cortez, when I'm drawing on the screen there, I have to go over to my 70-inch ViewSonic commercial TV, so my microphone's a little bit further away from me. If you can't hear it all, just type and I'd be glad to do something. But I pulled that over a little bit. Hopefully you still heard. But guys, Costco's still running. Colin brought that up. That's a nice trade setup. So you could do something like this. Do a net debit. Put in a limit order of $1.80. And then 10 contracts are going to cost you $1,080. Let's go over this quick. Bring the microphone over as well. So again, guys, right here, 10 contracts, this is going to cost you $1,800 for 10 contracts, because there's 100 shares, right? You see right here, there's 100 shares per contract. So if you pick up 10 contracts, multiply that by 100, multiply that by your $1.80. So 1,800. Now the max it could be worth is 2.50. The difference between this spread. That's why it's called a spread. So the max this trade could be worth, the difference between here. So 10 contracts, that's going to be worth $2,500. So you're asking yourself, do you want to put in $1,800 for it to be worth $2,500? A quick $600 gain in the matter of 9 days, and this stock could even drop by $4 and you'd still make that $600 profit by not doing much of anything. The only thing that would concern me with this trade is if Trump came out and said, oh, there's no China trade deal, and things blew out of proportion there. Other than that, had earnings already last week. Stock is looking great. The chart's looking great there. Nice chart setup. And this is an easy opportunity to make a quick vertical bull call spread and make that quick 39% if you wanted to do a deeper in the money spread. So you could do that, or like we said, we could do an at the money. Let's take a look at the at the money. Let's do the 295, 297.50. You can see now this cost went drastically down to $1.35. So $1.35 to be worth 250, 2.5. To find out what our max gain is, we simply take the difference between the spread, which 2.50, divide that by what we could pay for this. $1.35 is the midpoint. So 2.5, divide that by 1.35. And this trade could make a max net return of 85.19%. So now obviously we have a much higher gain, 85% return compared to the 39% return on the deeper in the money spread. But this spread, we need it to move higher. We need it to move higher by, 90 cents here to have that max net gain. So we still need a 90-cent move higher, but we would make an 85.19% return. Now that's up to you guys if you want to do a deeper in the money and take that, lower risk, decent reward trade setup with a deeper in the money spread, the 190, 192.50. Or if you still felt the stock is going to head higher, you could pick up an out of the money spread here, an ATM, and at the money spread, and pick up the 295, 297.50 vertical spread for the October 18th Expo. Much more to the upside here, but you still need that move higher compared to the other one where it could drop $4 and you could still make that gain. Alrighty, Paula just said in the trade room, a lot of call volume on A&F, Abercrombie and Fitch, that is. That's not, now see, what I like to do usually is when I find a nice trade setup like that, it's still only 10:27, not even an hour into the trade day. We already got a lot done. But what I like to do then, on my notepad, I'm writing down Costco. Its current price, $296.82, and that's at 10:28 a.m. And target 300. Support. Our support we went over was right at around 293. So that would be our stop if we entered into that trade. Again, a little below 293 and targets 300. And with the spread, that's easy money, if you wanted to do an in the money spread. Let's see here. You sound very faint and far away. Cortez, that's when I'm away from the desk. I had the microphone by the keyboard and I was over on the big screen TV drawing. So if you guys could hear me now, fine, please let me know. Bob Logan says, yeah, but it went up that $4 just today. Not sure what you're trying to get at, Bob. Yeah, it's moving higher here. It had an earnings beat on October 3rd, and it's been moving higher, climbing since that earnings beat. Nothing to be scared about there. Like I said, the only thing that would scare me about the Costco trade is if we didn't have a China trade deal and things blew out of proportion there. Alana, you were asking about your prices. So here's how it works. So you have the bid and the ask. Ask is what you can buy it at, and the bid is what you can sell it at. So I always go in the midpoint here when I'm trading. So you have to put in somewhere between them and never pay the asking price, because you're going to pay so much higher than what you could actually get it for. Always, 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 as a trader, use a limit price. Never put in a market order. That is the worst thing you can do as a trader, is put in a market order, and that's just showing signs of laziness if you put in market order. You should be sitting here. You could look. There's a bid of $1.25 and an ask of $1.55. So right in between there is $1.40, and that's the midpoint. So if I made a trade, I'd be putting in a midpoint of 1.40 net debit. So this trade, if you got 10 contracts, you're paying $1,400. Max it could be worth is $2,500. So max net return of $1,100 net profit on October 18th, as long as cost goes above $297.50. I just hope this actually records on YouTube here, because the other day, the reason why I didn't do it yesterday was for some reason it didn't record the day before session on YouTube. NVIDIA option alert, January 2021, 165 puts. Let's take a look at NVIDIA quick here, because I am in a NVIDIA trade. Let's pull them back a little bit here. I have the October 18th, 182.50, 185 vertical call spread for NVIDIA. Still holding that 1020. We're waiting for that trade deal or some news of that to come out. Target option alert, April 17th, 90 put sweep. So they're basically getting a lot of puts on these retailers, thinking there's not going to be a trade deal. But as you guys can see, Target's, at new highs today, so not worried about that. But they are buying some puts on Target. The 90 strike, which is, $20 out of the money, $21.14 OTM. Allergen option alert, November 15th, 150 put sweep. We could take a look at AGN. AGN still in breakout momentum. We could zoom in a little bit here. We could see it's been testing that 20 as support and climbing off of that. So still breakout momentum on Allergen, using that 20 as support and climbing. Looking good there. Keith, what's on YouTube? What are you asking about? Is it? It's on there. Let me see. It is on there. It must take a while then to show up. Guys, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell on our YouTube channel to get notified. You'll get notified anytime we're live. That way, you know, if I see a great trade setup and I decide to go live in the afternoon, right on your phone, you're going to get a notification from YouTube that Santarelli Trading Exchange is live. And you can just click on that. And if I see it, I could write it right in the description. And the nice thing about this, guys, watch how neat this is.
France's EU minister now says France and Britain will call a UN
Watch this.
Council meeting over Turkey's offensive in Syria.
Let me see, where was Costco? So that's the beauty of this. We could actually put something like this right on here and have it ready for you guys to go. Can you guys see that on the screen? The trade idea, Costco 290, 292, 50, call spread for October 18th at $1.80. Is that on the screen for you guys or no? I'm trying this editing software here that I could see. That's awesome. You can see the trade idea. That's great. So I could change this throughout the day here. If there's something else here, I could just click and I could say, you know, if you guys are doing something, we could say, and Gaella's great job. You know, if we're going over something, if you guys have questions, if there's another trade idea, let's say Facebook, 180 strike call for October 11th Expo at, let's just say, 0.87 per contract. And then we could have so many different things set up here that I could just change that. I could move things a little bit. Move this over here. I could put this up. Wow. So yeah, there's a lot of things we could do with this. Like I said, I'm just getting used to this as well. It's new, it's different to me, but a lot of opportunity here for us. Obviously, that's not right with the Facebook, so let's get that out of there. That's not a bad trade idea for Costco. I definitely support that. Colin brought that up on the YouTube chat, which was a really great catch there, Colin. Good job, Colin Johnson. Colin says Tesla also looks similar. Let's take a look at Tesla. I'm not a big fan of trading Tesla. As you guys can see here, it's in the no trade zone, NTZ. It's got resistance right at around 248, 249 a share. You know, so I just want to go near Tesla. A lot of people like to trade it. It's great to day trade. If you have an opportunity to day trade this thing, you can make some quick gains day trading it. But as far as swing trades, it's just too volatile. It's trading in the no trade zone. Just not something I want to stay near or trade right now. You guys have anything else you want to go over? Dave, it's Paul. I saved this video, so when it's over, it should save. I saved this video, so when it's over, it should save. Okay. I hope it does save. I do see that the other one came on, so that's great. You shouldn't be watching both, Andy. Just watch one or the other, the WebEx or the YouTube. I'm going to be changing this over to Vimeo once we get a following here. Let me see if you guys have any other questions. Alrighty, let's go over the watch list again here. Let's see if there's any good day trade setups. I'm eager to jump into a day trade. Let's change the chart to a today 1 minute. Start with American Airlines and go down here. Thank you. I appreciate that. I want to see if that super chat thing works. It says here that people could actually ask a question and send money on YouTube. It gives a dollar sign. I'm dying to see if that thing works. Do you guys see that there on your side where it has a dollar sign? And it says, show your support for Santarelli Trading Exchange. I wonder if that thing... I think you need 10,000 subscribers for that stuff to work. I'm not sure. I don't use YouTube too often. Alrighty, let's get back to this.
Head of commodities research now said they see Brent crude oil at $60 a barrel in the midterm with risks to the downside.
On the chat on YouTube, Paul Santos. Yeah, next to the chat. You do see it? Does it let you guys click it, or does it say it's not enabled? I think you need a certain amount of subscribers for that. All right, let's go down. APC, Baba. Alibaba here getting a nice little pop. Bank of America. See how Bank of America is using this 50, the red 50 SMA as support as it's coming along here. Still, that's in the no trade zone, though, so I'm going to stay away from that. Not much going on right now. You know, there's a few retailers that are popping, hopping. We can trade. Chipotle in the no trade zone. So guys, the no trade zone is when we're trading between SMAs. Look at the candles here between the SMAs. That's a sign to stay away. Guys, our trade plan works so well if you know it and can follow it. CVX, nice BDM here, breakdown momentum. We had the SMA cluster, 10 crossing below the 20, 10-day simple moving average crossing below the 20-day SMA. Now we have the 10-day crossing below the 50 here. We have some main support right around 112.85. You get a candle below 112.85, which it's only 9 cents away from right now. So a 9-cent drop further, and you could jump in a day trade, buy some puts, and you could go all the way down to 12.50. And using your delta, you could calculate exactly what type of move you're looking for there using your Greeks for option trading. Your delta, your thetas. Let's see, DPZ update. Wells Fargo maintains market perform on Domino's. Raises price target at 271 with outlook revision removed. I shift to the price of convenience. FCX new 52-week low. Let's go take a look at DPZ, Domino Pizza. DPZ, we checked this one out yesterday. And this one had such a big pop yesterday. We announced it at around 238, 239, right when it was starting to break out here. It was down for the day, and then it started breaking out at around 230. I said, guys, this thing, we're going to head up to 250. That's our next resistance. And you guys know, it might actually be on YouTube. Or this was yesterday, right? Yeah, this was yesterday, so that would be on WebEx. But right at around 238, 239, we said, guys, this looks like it's going to head above 250 a share. And it surely did. And that's the importance of that support, resistance, and following the trade plan. PCG option alert, June 19, 15 put. So how about this? So you guys know how PG&E were sued for billions of dollars for the wildfires in California. Well, now what they're doing, they're basically saying, hey, government, you want to fine us billions of dollars for creating wildfires? Well, we're just going to cut power to houses that we feel might cause a fire. So they're just cutting power to millions of people in California because they don't want to risk the chance of being sued by the government again, which I don't blame them. Costco's still breaking out, guys. I'm keeping that chart over to the right here. As you guys can see, the chart still looks really great. Change this back to today 1 minute. Nice climb on Facebook today. Right back up to 180. I went over this with Jay yesterday. One of our members has become a friend. He came over yesterday. I went over this. I think I went over this, or I went over this with you guys. I said, watch. We're watching for a candle above or below this box here, this consolidation box. Guys, take a look at Costco here, still breaking higher.
CIO head Richard Trump announced that the USMCA trade pact would be defeated in Congress if a vote is held before Thanksgiving. That's according to WAPO.
PSNM says J&J puts. Let's take a look at J&J. It says this message was held for review right above PSN's comment on the chat in YouTube there. Does anyone see what someone said there? All it says is this message is held for review. I wonder what it was. Probably one of the haters that can't trade. Alrighty, so PSN said J&J puts. PSN, I agree with you right there. J&J looks great to enter. Guys, look at Costco over to the right here. Nice breakout. You know what? I think I'm just going to enter into a small trade on this Costco trade. Maybe pick up the October 11th instead. So if I pay 165 max, it's gonna be worth this 250. 2.5, divide that by 1.65. That's a max net gain of 51.52%. Not bad. Not bad. I'll keep an eye on that. Maybe I'll pick up some regular calls. So PSN said about J&J puts. I agree with you there. I would be looking at 270 or 127.50 as the next support. So that would be my target. If you got the October 18th Expo, I don't think that's a bad trade idea. Guys, I have members that are calling me throughout the day. Obviously, if I'm live, I can't take your phone call. Just please respect that. Turkey jets are fighting and bombing. Turkish jets are under fire now, and they are bombing Syria. Guys, big news there. Big news. Take a look at the markets. That's probably going to pull us back a bit. First off, J&J for PSN. I would be looking at the October 18th. If you buy the 129 strike, that's not bad. Not bad at all. 129 strike at theoretically $1.93, so $193. You know, you basically need a 2-point drop, so at 127 you break even. But if it happens within the next few days, it's not going to be too bad there. Or you could do something like a put spread if you wanted as well. Just see, me personally, when I jump into a trade PSN, I like to look for something that has much more room to run or break down to as far as the next support or resistance area. Here, with stocks right now is at 129.25, and we're talking about the next resistance being at around 126.50. So it's really only less than a 3 point move from where it's at right now. And if you're looking at the October 18th, they cost around $2. So me personally, I like to look at something that's going to give me at least like a 60-70% return. Usually I like to look at something that's going to give me at least 100% return, possibly if it dropped down to that support or got up to that resistance area. So for me, I have strict criteria of what I'm looking for as far as me making a trade. Yeah, you guys just need to be here in the trade room, the live trading room, because I'm going to answer all the questions here. So that's what I'm saying, PSN. I'm looking for something that will give me a little bit more room to make some profits down to that next support or up to that next resistance area. Now, let's see. Someone asked about Microsoft. Chung Ho says, Dave, look at Microsoft. Good time to buy call. Let's see. MSFT. See, we made this trend line. I don't know if it was last week or when it was, but it's been holding this trend line really well. It's been making higher lows, and it looked good. But for the first time, we've been trading below this trend line here. You know, and until we break that trend line again, I'm going to stay away from Microsoft. You know, it's trading in the NTZ, the no trade zone right now. If we zoom in a little bit here, you can see exactly what we're looking at, and you can see it's just a big clusterfuck of candles here. You know, trading between the 10, 20, and 50 SMAs. That's just something I don't want to be near. I don't want to be near it right now until we break that, let's say, above 138.21. That's going to be the area that I could look at possibly entering into some calls or doing a spread if we broke that trend line. Let me put this on pause for a second. My wife's calling me. Let me just make sure everything's fine with her. Give me just 10 seconds. Alrighty, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to take that. Right now, we're only up $90 for the day unrealized. Not much activity going on. Would love to hear something about the China trade deal. Target 116 call sweep for November 1st Expo. Walmart 105 put. Let's take a look at Walmart. Walmart's on fire. I really like that, actually. Guys, there goes Costco again as well. $297.36. Costco's still breaking higher. Turkish jets bombing military positions. Civilians in Syria's Tel Abyad, Razan Alin, whatever these are. They're bombing those cities. That's sad. I'd love to just see everyone get along. Dollar General option alert November 1st, 167.5 call. 1,000 of them at $1.26. So this is a $126,000 trade right there. Shares of several X companies are trading higher after multiple reports suggesting China is open to a partial trade deal surfaced. Guys, I told you, something's definitely coming up here. Definitely. Trump needs this. You know, Trump ran on a China trade deal, a border wall, and all the things he said. So in his mind, he needs to get this China trade deal done because he knows that if he doesn't, the markets are going to collapse and head much lower here. And he knows that if the markets are lower, there's very little chance that he's going to get reelected. So he's going to do everything in his power to keep these markets fluffed up, keep them climbing into his reelection campaign. And the most important part of that is the China trade deal. So there's no doubt in my mind we're going to see a China trade deal relatively soon, you know, within the next couple of weeks, in my opinion. And we could take a look at something like Baba, Amazon. We have Amazon OTM. Amazon's at 117.21.72. Google finally broke above 1,200 again today. Google's not looking bad there. So if we take a look at Baba's 6-month daily, not much going on. Doesn't look too enticing. But if you look at the today chart for it, you can see you can get nice runs. And guys, with our trade plan, here's the 10-20 cross, and then here's your confirmed entry. Right at 164, and then you're selling, you know, $1 higher, and that's a quick profit there. That's a quick 20-30% profit with that quick day trade that's lasting. Each one of these candles represent 1 minute, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 more. Around 16 to 17 minutes you're in that trade for. We're up 200 now unrealized, and like I said, that's nothing. You guys see the types of gains or losses or whatever it is we usually have. They're usually thousands, so to only be up $200 right now unrealized, that's not much. We got a lot of swing trades for the October 18th and the November 15th monthly expo, and we just got to take profits along the way there with those. And the key to trading, guys, as well, is keep your portfolio small, something you can manage. If you're a new options trader, you're not going to be able to do more than two different positions at a time. I would limit your positions to two. Once you've been trading successfully with those two positions at a time max, after about 3 months, then you can move up to 3 positions at a time. But it's really complicated when you go from trading 2 or 3 positions up to 7 positions at a time. So especially if you're a new trader. So keep it down, keep it lower, and get used to trading, a couple of positions at a time, because with options it's much different than trading shares of stock. With options, you got to know your stop, your target areas, what you're looking for. You got to watch those candles. There's so much going on there. Support, resistance areas, so many different things you got to keep an eye on when you're trading options. And you got to look at the today chart, 1 minute chart. You got to look at the monthly chart, daily chart. So many different things there. So like I said, try doing it with just a couple of positions max to begin with. And then as you get better as a trader, then you could add to your portfolio and add a few more. Second biggest thing I want to say is give yourself enough time until expiration. Too many traders that are new think that they can master weekly options trading, within the first day or two. That's not going to happen. You need time to adjust, and you need time to learn and educate. So like I said, it's very important. Give yourself at least 30 days until Expo on each trade. If you see me making a weekly trade, that's me making it. That's fine. But give yourself at least 30 days, because so many things could happen. If you're picking up the October 11th Expo for this week, for example, it's October 9th now, so you only have 2 days until Expo. What if what if Trump does something silly or something stupid and the market drops 500 points, and you're into some calls that look fine, the market looked fine, but just because of something that he tweeted or something he said or did causes the market to go reverse, then you're out of luck, because that next day that option is going to be worthless. Whereas if you have something like the November 15th monthly Expo, a drop tomorrow or overnight wouldn't be as significant or as detrimental to your account as it would if you had this week's Expo. So really important, guys. As you can see over to the right here as well, Costco is still climbing, still on the climb. Still have that trade idea here for the Costco 290, 250 call spread. We said that was at $1.80. Let's see what it's at now. That was for the October 18th Expo. Let's pull that up. 290, 290, 250. And you guys could see now it was at $1.80. Now at $1.85. Probably closer to $1.90. Yep, there it is now, $1.90. So 1.9, divide that by 1.8. You're already up 6% on that call spread. It doesn't sound like too much now, but that's still a really decent profit. And then, like I said, your max gain, 2.5, divide that by 1.8. Your max gain is 39%. So you already got a good chunk of that. Dave, I would say paper trading is the greatest way to learn while learning. I agree with you, Colin. I think there's actually some really great virtual platforms out there. I wish E-Trade had a virtual trading platform, because I'm just so used to the E-Trade platform. I use E-Trade Pro. I've been using this for about a decade now. So it's just something I'm used to. I do believe, though, that TD Ameritrade has a much better platform than E-Trade. It's just, when you've been doing something for 10 years, it's really tough to change things, and learn a whole new system. I do have some accounts, though, with TD Ameritrade. It's just, I know the ins and outs of E-Trade Pro like anything, so really don't want to go changing that. Let me see. Colin says, I use TD. Yeah, I'd like to switch over to TD as well, but just haven't had the chance. After trading all day, and then after taking care, I have a 3-year-old, and then I have a Brazilian wife. Those are two of the most, time-consuming things that are going on in my life. So, tough to, after, working 8-9 hours teaching, to then switch. Bob Logan says, nice little pop on Amazon above that 1721.85. I'm going to be watching that, Bob. I'm going to be watching that for a breakout. Yeah, Bob, I've used Thinkorswim before. It's just, the details. Me, I have a type of personality that I'm very detailed in every single thing. And, it has to be done right. So for me personally, when I look at that, yeah, I see that, Bob. I see that was 4 minutes ago. I'm just looking at the YouTube chat right now. So what was I getting at there? Costco's breaking out again, looking good. We're at 11 o'clock, guys, so we're going to end this soon here. I want to look at some good swing trade setups. I was thinking maybe in the morning I could do the live from 9 until, 9:30 to 11, and then in the afternoon maybe 3 to 4 look for some swing trades. I was thinking about that, or thinking about keeping this on all day. Not sure. We're now up $500 unrealized for the day. Not bad, but getting a move here. Let's see what Nvidia's doing. I look on my other screen here, but I forget you guys can't see the other screens. Nvidia got to pop all the way up to 180, 150. Not bad. So that's still well within our reach here for the max gains for Expo. Not going to do anything with that. Let's take a look at Square. Square 61.78, up $1 for the day, up almost 2%. Again, guys, this is so important. Take a look here. Here's the trade that we made on Square. See, like even details like this, it's too. There has to be right spacing on each side here. I know, Bob. It's just when I do things, it's got to be done right. There we go. That's a little bit more centered and looking fine. Hey, good morning, Ray. Are you back from California yet? Guys, so getting back to this here now, let's take a look. See if I can pull this down a little bit. Two totally different things there. All right, anyway, let's get back to this. So this is a trade that we're in right now, Square. We're in the October 18th 61.62 vertical spread for October 18th. So let's take a look. Buy to open, sell to open, call. Alrighty, we're in the 61.62. So right now this is going for 54 cents. We paid 52 cents for it. Let's see, we paid 258 and then sold the other one 206. 2.58 minus 2.06. So we paid 52 cents for it. It's now worth 54 cents. So we made $2 a contract. We have 30 contracts. So we're up $60 now on that trade, which is nothing. But with 30 contracts, as you guys could see, we paid 52 cents. So again, let's go through this, because I know a lot of you are in this trade with me, so let's make sure we go over this well. Let me pull this over here so you guys can hear me a little better. Alrighty, so again, here.
We are showing Fitbit FIT reversing course for the day, now down almost 2% here, FIT.
Difference here is $1, right? Why does that do that? Let me put it on pencil mode. Alrighty, so the difference here is 1.00, right? So $1. We paid 92.52. Okay, so the max this could be worth, right now it's at 54 cents. The max this could be worth is a difference, or I'm sorry, 1 divide that by 0.52. So our max net gain on this 1 divide that by 0.52, 92.31%. So 92.31%. That's your max gain on this. And that's simply dividing $1 by what we paid. So 92. So our max gain is 92.31%. All we need is square to be above $62 a share. Okay, so as long as square is above $62 a share on October 18th Expo, we're going to have a 92.31% return on this. And now let's go over to the chart here to the left, because this is really important, what I want to go over. So I said over here that 60 was our stop when we made this trade a while ago. We might have made this trade right here, I think. I think right there we made the trade. That's where we entered, I believe. Okay, so our target is $65 to $70 a share. But the nice thing about this, and that's if you got regular calls, but if you got the spread like we did here, if you got this spread, all we need is the stock at or above $62 a share to make that 92.31% return. So again, guys, where I want to ask you guys this, see if you guys are paying attention. Over to this chart to the left here, square chart, where is our stop going to be? Does anyone know? So looking at this, you could immediately see that we're holding this 10 SMA here. This entire time, it's been holding that 10-day SMA. Okay? So, a candle below is going to be our stop. But it hasn't broken below that. It's been holding, and that's why we're still in that trade. You know, it's tough sometimes, like when you have a day like yesterday when it was probably down a few $100s. You know, it's tough to say, oh, you know what, I got to stay in that trade. It's still following our trade plan. But guys, that's the thing with it. You know, as long as you follow that trade plan, yesterday that trade might have been down 35-40%, but then today with the pop, it's up 1.25%. You know, you're getting a nice return on that from yesterday's close. So yesterday's close, it might have been down 35-40%, and now today we're in the green by 10%. So it's not bad. Like I said, you got to just watch and follow your trade plan, guys. It's so important to follow that trade plan. Right now, what we're going to see, let's zoom in a little bit here. What you can see, this is what worries me and what I'm watching. It not really worries me, but what I'm watching here. Let's annotate this area right here. As you guys can see, we're converging. So the SMAs are converging here, and you could see the SMAs are converging, and how right now it's holding above that 10. The 50 SMA is closing in. So as things tighten up here, as the blue 20 SMA, that's going to slowly creep up here. The red 50 SMA is going to continue to drop a little bit here, and that 10 SMA is going to continue to climb. So as you're watching this over the next few days, you're going to see these SMAs start to converge. And that's where we're going to see a real either breakout or breakdown. Like I said, the nice thing about this, we only need 40 cents higher for max gains. That's perfect. I do think we're going to get there. We have the October 18th Expo, plenty of time. If it was this week's Expo, I'd be a little bit worried, but still easily doable in one candle here, as you guys can see. So that trade, like I said, looking good. Might buy back that short leg, realize that profit, let the long call ride, the 61 strike. Or I could just make another trade on Square for the November or December monthly expo. Because if we look at this at a 1-year chart, I mean, this chart really does look good. We have a lot of opportunity here over the next few months for this to go in our favor. So Square, you could look at the November 15th if you wanted to pick up some regular calls. First, let's take a look at the calendar here. And once I'm done with this, I got to go and get some stuff done here. Square for the members in the trade room. Yes, that's a 6-month chart on Square and Gay. So if we take a look now, October, nothing going on with Square. Now November 5th is when Square reports earnings. So we already know if we enter into a trade for November 15th monthly expo, you got to understand there's a big event coming up, which is earnings, and that could cause drastic swings, and that could literally make that option worthless or give you a 100% plus return. You know, so earnings are extremely important. Most people stay away from earnings because they don't want to expose themselves to that type of volatility and that type of swing in the option pricing there. So a lot of them will sell right before it, and then if they have a good earnings, they'll buy it back the day after. But like I said, just keep that in mind. Square has earnings on November 5th. Now, with that in mind, let's take a look at the November 15th. The 60 strike calls are going for $4.90 by 5, so theoretically we could pick it up right now for $4.95. A lot of bombs going off over there in Turkey, Syria. A lot of news I'm hearing coming in about that. American Airlines, November 16th, 26 calls. That's one I was looking at before. I actually like that. So, guys, that Square position, if you wanted to pick up the 60 straight calls, you're going to need that at 70, right around 70 for 100% return. So that's quite out there. That's why you have to understand, when are you going to go with the call and when are you going to go with the spread? Sometimes you're much better going with the spread than with the call. You know, if you're expecting a tighter trading range, you're going to do something like a spread. And if you're expecting a larger breakout or breakdown, you're going to either do call or put. You're doing spreads on certain times and in certain market conditions, because you don't want to leave money on the table. And if you pick up a call spread and that stock breaks out 5% with the underlying ticker, you know, that underlying option then could have possibly made over 100% return. So you don't want to pick up a call spread where you're limiting your max profits when that stock could really break out much further than those strike prices you're buying with those spreads. So really important there to realize when you're going to go with the call versus the spread. Right now, let's take a look down here. We're talking about American Airlines, and this is a really nice chart here if you're looking at the 6-month daily, because look at this, came right down to support, bounced off of it, and now we're getting that MACD cross here to start forming, and it's really looking good. I like that looks of American Airlines. I think more people are going to start, less people travel during the winter months, but the stock's pulled back from the highs so drastically here, you know, from over $40 a share down to $26. You know, it was just $60 a share back January 22nd of 2018. You know, right near $60. So pulled back more than half. So you could keep an eye on that. Nothing I'm seeing so far for a day trade that I jump into immediately. Costco pulled back down here. So here's your stop. Remember how we were saying it's using the 20 as a stop or a 20 as support? So as you can see, the first candle you're getting right here, that full candle below, here's support, and then here's the red candle confirmation. So you could be out of that so easily following the trade plan, locking those profits on a day trade. Now you could be re-entering. It's popping again. Came all the way back down to 296.60, and now it's popping again 297.18 and climbing. Alrighty guys, so it's after 11 now. I want to go check out this video, make sure everything's great. If you guys want to come join us, if you're with us on YouTube, you want to come join us, just simply go to www.thesantorelliexchange.com, and you guys could use promo code TRADELIVE, all capital letters, all one word, and that's going to give you a 50% off. So that's about it for now, guys. I'm going to go in the trade room now. I'm going to be in the trade room with you guys. We could look for some swing trade setups, or we could come back in the afternoon and go live again on YouTube, maybe like 3 to 4, and go over any type of swing trade setups. But other than that, I'm going to be in the live trade room with you guys, so I will see you there. Take care, guys. God bless, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you want to join us, all you have to do, here is our live. Here is our live Facebook, or I'm sorry, not Facebook, our website. So you guys could come, and if you join us in the live trade room, and then once you're a member, each morning at 9:30, all you have to do is click YouTube Live, and that'll take you right to our live video. So a lot of things if you want to become a member, and then you could go to our trade feed, and you could see how we make trades, how we send out trade alerts, and how we do things here. We give nice trade ideas along with our official trades, what to watch for, the stop, the target, and we include a chart, what we're looking for, and it's really nice. There was a hook pattern we made on Ulta, 48.15%. The other one should be closed as well. But as you guys can see, we give the official trade. We give alternative trades for those who can't do spreads or can't make calls that are that expensive. Closing trade update. So we give a picture of the trade when we enter. Here was the picture of Ulta when we entered. We said target 258. And then here's a picture when we exited after we got up. And that was a nice quick return on that. So nice how we do things here on the website. So if you guys want to join us, you just go to the website, thesantorelliexchange.com, and most importantly, join us in the live trade room. If you guys are signing up for alerts, make sure you put in your right email and number. Alrighty, guys, I will see you in the trade room, and I hope you're having a great day. God bless, guys. See you later. And John, I have an agreement with Benzinga to run that. Alrighty, guys, like I said, I'll see you in the live trade room. If you want to join us, go to www.thesantorelliexchange.com. Use promo code TRADELIVE. I'll see you there, guys. Take care. God bless. Happy trading.